She was mopping the lobby floor when the CEO heard her speak, fluent Mandarin, Spanish, and then French, like a native. What happened next didn't just surprise a few, it sent ripples of shock through Halberg International, unearthing a truth hidden in plain sight. Most people barely noticed the cleaning crew, the after-hours phantoms of the corporate world. It was Monday morning in downtown Fort Worth. Jonathan Kellerman, the CEO, was crossing the bustling lobby when he heard it. Perfect Mandarin. He expected an international sales rep, but saw a woman in a janitor's uniform, Denise Atwater, calmly directing a confused visitor. Kellerman had seen her before, always quiet. Now, she was effortlessly translating. As he approached, she finished with the Mandarin speaker, then turned to a flustered delivery man, switching to flawless Spanish, "En qué puedo ayudarle?" Almost immediately, she addressed a vendor puzzling over mislabeled boxes in perfect French. "C'est mails Markel de conférence B, à l'autre côté." Kellerman's jaw tightened. He'd spent decades in global logistics, building cross-cultural programs. Yet, the most linguistically gifted person he'd encountered in months had been, until moments ago, scrubbing toilets. "Excuse me?" he said. She turned, composed despite her surprise. "Yes, sir." "That was Mandarin, right?" "Yes, sir." "And Spanish, French." She nodded. "Also Portuguese, German, Arabic, Italian, Swahili. And I read Latin. 9 languages." Kellerman was floored. "What's your name?" "Denise Atwater." "Miss Atwater, are you free for a few minutes?" "In my office." A flicker of hesitation, then a slow nod. "All right." Inside his opulent office, he gestured to a chair. "Denise, I need to understand. How does someone like you end up cleaning floors?" She sighed. "You got time for the truth, Mr. Kellerman?" He nodded. Denise recounted her life. Toledo-born, a full linguistics scholarship to Kent State, halfway through her master's. Then her mother fell ill. She came home. Her father passed 6 months later. "Everything fell apart," she said simply. "A baby, no money, no partner. I worked whatever I could find, grocery stores, nursing homes. Eventually, a custodial supervisor here offered me night hours. It let me pick up my daughter from school, pay the light bill." Kellerman listened intently. "But the languages," she continued, a quiet fire in her voice. "I didn't stop learning. Borrowed textbooks, listened to recordings, read newspapers in 5 different tongues just to stay sharp. It's what I do. It's the only thing sometimes that makes me feel like I still matter." Her voice was steady, unpitying. "Most people never asked," she added. "They saw the uniform and assumed." The word assumed hung in the air. That afternoon, Kellerman's regular translator for a crucial meeting with São Paulo executives canceled. An idea sparked. He found Denise in the service level. "Can you help? It's Portuguese." She barely hesitated. "Yes, I can do that." Minutes later, in the tense conference room, Denise began speaking. The atmosphere transformed. Shoulders relaxed, wary expressions softened, eye contact sharpened. She wasn't just translating, she was bridging cultural divides. After 20 successful minutes, a Brazilian executive told Kellerman, "She's incredible, better than anyone. We've worked with this year. Where did you find her?" Kellerman looked at Denise, already quietly clearing cups. "Right here," he said. The next morning, Denise was back in his office. "I want to create a new position," Kellerman stated. "Cultural liaison for international affairs. Someone who can speak the languages, read between the lines." He looked directly at her. "You're qualified, Denise. Probably more qualified than most on our leadership team." Denise was stunned. "But I don't have a college degree," she managed. "You have something far better. Lived experience, commitment, and fluency in 9 languages. You think I care about paper after what I saw?" "Why me?" she whispered. "Because I watched you solve 3 problems in 3 languages before 9 a.m. yesterday. And I'm tired of walking past talent like yours. A long pause. Then Denise met his gaze, resolve hardening her own. All right then, she said. Let's see what I can do. He extended his hand. It felt like history being rewritten. News of Denise's promotion spread. The janitor, now an executive. Whispers followed her. Curiosity, yes, but also resentment. I have a master's in international business, one assistant fumed. This lady was scrubbing urinals last week. Denise felt the stares, the hushed conversations. Her new, modest office felt like another planet. Her first meeting with Victor, head of international operations, was chilly. He didn't shake her hand, instead dumping troubled international files on her desk. Think you can manage that? He challenged. I'll need to review, Denise replied calmly. But yes, Victor, I believe I can, and she did. She navigated complex client calls with an ease that baffled seasoned managers. She corrected mistranslations in old contracts, saving the company money. Then came a stalled North African expansion, mired in mistrust. Denise walked into the meeting with Moroccan delegates and greeted them in fluent Moroccan Arabic. The room changed. They listened. The deal, once deadlocked, began to move. Kellerman, seeing her impact, quietly renamed the main training room, the Atwater Room. No fanfare, just a powerful statement. Soon after, Denise found an anonymous note. I used to think I'd be invisible forever, but today I stood a little taller because of you. Thank you. The pushback wasn't over. Eleanor Craig, a formidable senior board member, flew in. Miss Atwater, Craig began, her voice like ice. No college degree, no corporate training. You were a janitor 3 weeks ago. Help me understand how you're handling high-level international affairs. Denise held her gaze. Because I speak the languages, Mrs. Craig. I understand the cultures. I've already cleared a 3-month delay in our Morocco deal and helped secure a vital agreement with our Brazilian partners. She paused. I don't need to be liked, Mrs. Craig, but I do need to be useful. And I am. I believe this company should be run on results. For once, Eleanor Craig seemed momentarily speechless. Denise, left shaken but undeterred. She called her daughter, drawing strength, then returned to the corporate fray. Her quiet resilience and undeniable competence began to win over skeptics. Colleagues sought her advice. An intern asked how she learned so many languages. One word. At a time, Denise smiled. Same way you'll achieve anything. She wasn't just doing her job, she was changing the culture. Kellerman, with Denise's input, launched Voice Inside, a program to nurture overlooked internal talent. Months later, Denise stood on stage at a leadership summit. I was never just a janitor, she told the crowd. I was fluent, capable, ready. But for 13 years, nobody looked long enough to see it. Ask yourself, what talent are you overlooking? The room erupted in a standing ovation. Afterward, a young man approached, tears in his eyes. My mom's a housekeeper. She speaks 5 languages. I used to be embarrassed. Denise touched his arm. Never be ashamed of where you come from. Only of staying blind to brilliance. She had walked into Halberg International with a mop. Now she was reshaping its future, not by changing who she was, but by bringing her whole self. Talent has no dress code. Intelligence needs no permission. Brilliance can walk right past you. If you've been overlooked, keep going. The right person will see you. And when they do, take that seat. Better yet, bring more chairs. For more stories that uncover the extraordinary in the ordinary, visit Fable Crypt.